on the road, leaving the Badlands, headed to Windy, headed to Left Tailrace Army Corps of Engineer Park in the wind. We thought that we would avoid steep grades by coming this way. RV Trip Wizards had come this way, but this is a little 7% grade. Hopefully not very long, right? But bonus, we get to see more of the Badland formations. This is Route 73.
Going into the count of Kadoka.
Yes, where we'll catch 90 to continue our journey.
Well, fellow RVers, this is Gary with Ruff Road RV Life doing a review. We like looking at Freedom, and Freedom has brought us right here in South Dakota. That's Highway 47. We're really close to the little city of Fort Thompson. And if you come down this little road right there, you are going to come into Left Tailrace Army Corps of Engineer RV Park. And it's a rather large park. There's just part of it I'm showing you. And this is the main road to go down to the guard shack to check in and go to the campground. You see the lake back in the distance. So we're going to go through this park and let you see what this is all about. It's a rather nice park. Okay, this is the dam, the Big Bend Dam, which sits in this park. And it provides the water that makes the lake out there. And that's part of it because it goes on around the point there and wraps around the other side of the park over there. We did a tour of this dam, which you can do on Saturdays and Sundays at 1:30 during season. This park closes September 1st, but it's about a 45-minute tour. Now for you fishing guys, what I've noticed is that the boaters will drive their boats up into the current here. You got to stay 400 feet back, but you get to the 400-foot sign right there, and then they drift back. And then they're walleye fishing. They'll drift back and then come back up into again, all along the wall of that dam up there. If you walk up there, you can see shad. But this is the Big Bend Dam, which makes the reservoir here. Absolutely true. Now, in order to use the dump station, you actually kind of have to leave the park. There's a little sign right there. You have to go down this little side road between those gates. And right down there is a dump station and a freshwater fill. The park does not have water on site. You have 30-50 amp service, but no water on site. They do have spigots throughout the park that you can fill jugs with, but they have a freshwater hose at the dump station that you can refill at. And we're staying here 8 days, so we refilled once. It's a windy day, so you may hear the wind in the background. It's been windy since we've been here. But anyway, this is a tent area. As you can see, it's nice grass. And this is one of the outer loops. I don't think this is considered the lakeside loops. But you see you have some pull-throughs in the middle, and then you have some back ends along the side. There's site 53. There's site 54. Right here is site 64. And you can see the pad is pretty solid asphalt with some rock on it, so it's a pretty stable pads. You can see they're nice and level looking. And there's a camp host, and that red is one of the water spigots throughout the park in this area. The Site 65, Site 66. So this would be one of the loops. And this is, we haven't made it to the guard shack yet. We're walking that direction. Lots of places if you got big dogs to walk your dogs all out through there. This is the amphitheater, and there's a swing set playground right there for the kids on this side. And you can see the back of this loop I just showed you. They got some nice covers or windbreaks over their picnic tables. That's a nice little ad. This is the back side of the tent area. As you can see, they have disc golf course set here. There's one of them. There's another one over there. Another one out there. I think it's 9 holes disc golf course. Wife and dogs. Okay, we were down there where we just came in at by the dam, down this road. And there's one area I showed you. Now if you come on down, campground entrance only, make the left. And right there is the check-in shack. And you'll go on back to another campground in the background where we are. There's one of the bathhouses. And that's the campground I just showed you by the playground. And then this road goes on down there. There's a boat ramp down there. This is called Left Tailrace. If you want to know where Right Tailrace is, it's right across the river here. See those buildings? That is Right Tailrace, but there's no camping over there. It's just a couple day-use buildings, etc. And a couple of docks are down there if you want to go out on the dock and fish. See the boaters are out there. It's supposed to be a good walleye lake, but this would be going down into, I guess, what they would call the lakeside campground. Okay, we're still walking down the road. There's the check-in guard shack, and this is the day-use area. It's a big playground there for the kids. Swing sets, slides. There's a bathroom right there. And there's some pavilions through here. There's another one. Disc golf course is over there. There's horseshoe pits right there. And there's a bathhouse shower there. And then through the guard shack, if you go and make a sharp right, you'll go back to that other campground off in the distance, which is where we're going. That's where we're at. We're going to keep walking down the road, and I'll show you what's along the way. As you can see from all the white splotches on the walkway here, and if you were to look at the parking lot, it would be more of the same. We do have some seagulls in this area. I just wanted you to show you this unique bird paint job on the sidewalk.
But look at all the gulls out there. See them. See that? And when they all take flight, it's pretty amazing.
And this is probably the nicest of the boat ramps. It's a double ramp, nice floating docks, protected lagoon, goes out to the lake. This is Lake Francis. On the other side of the dam is Lake Sharp. Lake Sharp forms over there, goes through the dam. And this is Lake Francis. It's a big lake. I think Lake Sharp is 78 foot deep, and I think this one here goes even deeper, 150 feet at points. There is a boat ramp over on the other side, and there's a boat ramp up from the dump station, which would be way over in that direction. But this is the what I would call the main boat ramp. It's what most of the fishing guys use right here. There's another bathhouse. And looks out into what we call the lakeside campground. Right here, there's us. A gray excursion with the car with the kayak on it. And they have a really nice fish cleaning station there, Big Bend Dam, South Dakota. They're really, if you're out of state, they're really particular about how you discard your fish waste and drain your boats and all that before you leave. They got a nice station there, a nice cleaning station, and there's another boat headed in. We're going to head on to this outer loop and show you what that's all about. What I haven't seen in this lake, even though it's a deep water lake, is any type of pleasure craft. I've seen no jet skis, ski boats, sailboats. It's just been strictly fishing boats out on this lake. Of course, the weather's been very windy. You can see it's white capping out there. But there's always a good supply of people out here fishing. Bathhouse, shower in there is hot. The water pressure's good. It's clean. It's 2 showers, handicap and regular. A couple sinks. As you can see, this lake, when it comes out of the main channel over there, it goes out into this big area here, and then wraps itself back around over to this side. There's a couple of nice poodles there. And this is the loop, what they call Lakeside, right in through here. Pull-throughs. Another shot. This is what they call a double. One person backs in and uses that, and another person would back in on this half and use that. This site right here is another double. You can see the 2 electric panels facing away from each other. So you would share that site there. There's a yellow line there drawn through the middle. One has one half, one has the other. And these are just straight single pull-throughs on this site, right here. It's a dumpster. This site here, as you can see, the little covering. Pull through. And over here we got a little, they had some rains here that they got a little water left still up in these trees over here. There's a site looking down the road. You would come in with the pull-throughs. This is the lakeside, what they call lakeside. It's not really on the lake, but it's the sites by the lake. And there we are in a single. We're on site 3. This would be site 4. This would be the roads coming into these sites here. That's the camp host there. Over there's the boat parking lot. And that road right there winds around to the other camping loop that I showed you to start with. The guard shack. The playground is over there. There we are. And right here's another shot of the, you might call it flooded woods, but this does go out to the lake. Right on the other side of those trees is the lake. My wife actually launched one of the kayaks right there. Paddled her way through that onto the lake where it bends around. Yesterday the lake was not white capping. Today it is.
Okay, kayaking friends. If you can find a little pull-off like this, or creek, or cove, it's a nice respite from the wind. In these here parts, it's windy every day. But I'll show you what it's like out there on the lake in a minute. But right now I'm just enjoying not being slammed with waves. Here we are out of the cove, and I stopped paddling for just a moment, and it's pushing me, you can see. The wind's coming from that way.
There's our dog pen. The pups like to lay out in it. This is our little site. Got our table, our bikes, fire ring. There's a water spigot over there. Got a little mush from the rain. Got a good rain the other night. 50 amp service. And that is the campground. Just a little shot out of the wind. There's the dump station and the water fill. And that's on the side road that's down by the park. We're on the top road going into the park off of 47. And there's the campground up there, and you can see it's parts of the lake. Over there would be the dam right there, and the lake goes out there and wraps around to this side, and then the spillway's out over there. Well, today is August 29th, and yesterday when I was videotaping, the wind was howling and this lake was rolling with whitecaps. It was just a nasty day. So here we are one day later, no wind, and a nice calm lake. The sun's dancing off the top of the lake out there, and you can see it's just a beautiful day here in South Dakota. What a difference a day makes.
If you are west of the Mississippi River and you find a day like today, looking over a huge reservoir with no wind, go kayaking. What a contrast to the other day when I was surfing with my kayak on the waves. Lovely day today. So I'm gonna head up this little offshoot. It's like a little creek. I like creeks. Here at the Big Bend spillway area. The creek I want to go up is just up there by the spillway. This is the good. Very beautiful, very peaceful. Well, here's the bad and the ugly. Now, if you can see straight ahead there, somebody decided that that was a good thing to do there. Have you ever wanted to see a spillway up close and personal? There you go. I certainly wouldn't want to be here when those gates open. But the road goes right over that, I think 47. I found my creek. No, it's not a clear running creek, but it has wildlife. Never judge a creek by its cover. What started out as a muddy, boggy, yucky little creek has turned into this nice, almost clear flowing creek with beautiful rocks. Unfortunately, when that happens, you kind of, whoa. Ever feel like you're being watched? Wonder if they feel like they're being watched. Surprise! I knew there were deer here. Anyway, it's the end of the line. I'm not going to try to go through that. The water is cold on my feet.
Well, good morning. This is Gary and Sharon, and we're going to wrap this video up of our review of Left Tailrace Campground, Army Corps of Engineer Park. And this park is located about, I'd say, 5 miles from Fort Thompson in South Dakota. And this is August 29th, 2019, and it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. So what did you think?
I love the openness of this, but you also have trees and hills in the distance, which is really nice. There are miles to ride your bike on and walk the dogs and kayak when it's not windy. Today it's not windy. Might be a kayak day for me.
Yes, in this park, our Verizon service here was excellent. And this is a 50 amp, 30 amp park. There's a dump station, but there's no on-site sewer and there's no on-site water. They have faucets located around where you can fill up your water jugs, and they also have a water hose fill at the dump station for potable water that you can fill your holding tanks with. But the campground itself is large. It's got several playgrounds for kids to play in on fields. They've got the disc course, and they have the disc golf course, and they have the horseshoes for things to do. And the lake, this is Lake Francis Case out from this campground, and it's a large lake. The Missouri River is what the dam is centered over, and this case this Lake Francis Case, is a deep water lake. I think it was like 200 feet deep. And on the other side of the dam is Lake Sharp, and I think that's 80 to 100 foot deep. It's another huge lake because it's the Missouri River. And there's lots of boats out there fishing, and while I've not seen any sports boats out there like jet skis or ski boats or pontoon boats or any other type of sailboats or any other type of pleasure craft out there, just fishing boats. Now it could be because of the weather, the waves and all that. And I've seen no swimming beaches around here for swimming.
No, and there's not a lot of people here. Of course, school is back in session,
right.
But it's, even on the weekends, I don't think every site was filled up, even though it looked like every site was booked. So
right.
Maybe people didn't show up. It was supposed to storm. Who knows? But, during the weekday, we hardly have any neighbors, just a few. And the sites are large, and the campground is very clean.
Yes. And
spotless bathrooms, too.
My wife did do a kayak, did go out there and paddle her kayak around.
Yes.
Now, this park closes September 1st, but during the season when it's open on Saturdays and Sundays at 1:30, you can take a tour of the dam, and we're not allowed to take any video recording equipment inside the dam, and you have to bring your ID to go inside.
Only your ID. Don't bring a bag
Don't bring
or
nothing
anything
else.
Yeah, we're definitely more knowledgeable now after that little tour of the dam.
All right, this is the map of the Left Tailrace Campground. We are up here, right here at this pink dot, and as I showed you before, the dump station is up here, and this is campground loop 1, and this is loop 2. Now this is supposedly called the lakefront campsites, this area here. Now the lake goes over here and it wraps around all the way here, then it comes all the way up into the no boating zone where the dam powerhouse is.
Here's what our waterfront site looks like. We're even labeled lakefront on recreation.gov, but that's an overgrown kind of flood fill area. It's full of water now, and I can kayak right out of it, which is nice. The lake continues on the other side of all that brush, but it's not a true lakefront like you would expect.
No, you're kind of more or less by the lake, but not on the lake.
Right, but no complaints about this site, because look, we look at beautiful woods every day, and you can see the water, and there's plenty of space between the sites.
Now one thing, you can see the campground map here. If you come out of the campground here, and this is 47, if you come out and come up and just go this way, there's another recreation here.
Over here, off the map.
Yeah, off the map. And then if you go down the road 47, up here there's a spillway. It's past the dump station, it's like here. There's another recreation area out over there, and then there's a recreation area out over here, and then over on the other side of the water would come here, so on the other side of this is Right Tailrace, and there's another recreation area over here.
Yeah, it's actually just a recreation area.
Yeah, this one up over here does have primitive campsites if you wanted to camp over here.
Right.
So there's like there's like 4 other parks around this main park that you can actually go to if you want to.
Right, and you'll find that often in a Army Corps of Engineer area.
And like I said, if you go up 47, you'll see the water tower for Fort Thompson. And there's the Dakota Mart is up there, and it's like a little grocery store if you need groceries. They have produce and meats and fried chicken and just about anything you might need up there if you need a few supplies.
Right.
Up in the town. So there's our pups out there laying in the sun and the grass. They like grass. And our neighbor just started up. He's getting ready to leave. So this will wrap up this review here of Left Tailrace Campground, Army Corps of Engineers, by Fort Thompson on 47 in South Dakota. And it's a beautiful, sunshiny day.
Look at that blue sky.
Yep. The wind was whipping yesterday, though.
It's been a good stay, and we've enjoyed it.
Well, we're going to head out to, tomorrow's our move day. We were here 8 days, and we're going to be headed to right at the South Dakota-Nebraska line to, I think it's called Nebraska Tailwaters.
Nebraska Tailwaters.
So we're going to do a review of that. So, do the thing, click, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that stuff. And
follow the journey.
Follow the journey. So this is Jerry.
I'm Sharon.
And we're Ruff Road RV Life.
We love looking at freedom.
We hope to see you on the road.
Safe travels.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
on the road, leaving Left Tailrace Campground and heading to Nebraska Tailwaters, another Army Corps of Engineer park. But now we get to go over the dam we toured. There's Lake Sharp out there, beautiful, beautiful.
Missouri River.
Missouri River. Pretty amazing.
And Lake Francis Case on the other side.
All right, onward.